Okay, this is the very end of Like a Slow Burning Fire. It's just the afterword. So it's a little bit I wrote after I finished writing the book. On the first page of this book, I wrote that Like a Slow Burning Fire was inspired by a series of true events, which it was. The book's main events happened. I still have that dent in my head from Crazy Guy right here. You could feel it. And I actually did swing a tire iron at that guy's head in a McDonald's parking lot. I crashed into the car of a woman whose son had been killed in a hunting accident, and I got dumped by a sweet girl who majored in psychology and worked at the Bay. I distinctly remember the kids playing frisbee by the shore of the Ottawa River while I drank a beer in a paper bag. Bev Lynch and Jerry Cuppage were real high school teachers who inspired me. My high school girlfriend, Bonnie, lost her sister, and a nice, quiet guy I worked with at Sears blazed a bit of a trail as he transitioned into a woman. I met a lovely American girl at a concert who connected me with her friend, who connected me with a telephone operator in St. John's, who connected me with the future. And my good pal Hopper helped me through this difficult time with his loyal friendship and sage words. So yeah, my little story was indeed inspired by a series of true events. In the interest of creating a fluid narrative, though, I took a few liberties, mostly with timelines. For instance, I'm certain that the road rage incident happened in March 1988, but did I go to the airport, lie in the hood of a car, and watch the planes land in the summer of 88, or could it have been a year earlier? I'm not sure, but I did it sometime in that ballpark. So I took a little license that comes with the creative process and slid it into the story where it fit. And the same went with characters. They're real people, and most names I left as is: Hopper, Dunk, Freddie, Glenmore, Ronnie. Other names I changed: Julie, John, Leslie Dobbs. And one character, Sully, is based on an amalgamation of a few people rather than being based on a single individual. You probably don't remember Sandra and Eileen. They were the two girls who followed Hopper and me into Fuller's and left a note on the windshield of my car. But I still have that "can you take a hint" note they left us. And I also still have the little ad from Jubilee Jewelers that Julie left on my pillow. Sandra and Eileen, if you're out there, drop me a line, even if it has been a while. So a true story? Yes, in that the story's main events happened. But true as in letter of the law, this is exactly what he said true? Well, when you go back 30 plus years and grab a bunch of stories that happened and you cobble them together in the hopes of creating a coherent, fluid narrative, the best you can do is to tell it how you remember it. But in the process, your eye is fixed on capturing the emotional truth. So you do your best to recreate little moments in time, replete with specific settings, characters, plot lines, and conversations. By far, the most fun I had while writing this book was going back in time and recreating the conversations. That night at Oliver's, when Hopper told the story about the old guy who swore at him, the conversation with myself as I was being chased on the Queensway, talking about Denis with his mom on her doorstep, getting dumped by Julie, washing buses with my dad, battling over the can of Catelli with Dunk, talking music with Rosie, the phone call with Millie Mercer, late nights at Fuller's with Hopper. I did my best to capture what was said and how it was said, and it made me smile as I wrote. What else made me smile as I wrote? The music. All those songs, they were the soundtrack to that time in my life, and they were playing in my head while I sat at the computer and typed away. Back then, it seemed that everything we did, everywhere we went, music was central to the experience, and I did my best to capture it all. As for what happened to me after this story, I did my teaching degree in Newfoundland, loved it, best place ever, wonderful people. Then I got a job in beautiful Bracebridge, Ontario, another best place ever, where I lived my dream and taught high school English and writer's craft for 31 very happy years. I retired from teaching in 2022, and I'm enjoying life with my wife, Heather, and my daughters, Emma and Molly. So life's been good, and the fire's still burning. Sean O'Toole, Bracebridge, Ontario, February 2024. The end.